Hey guys, so today we're going to do some searching on a person, and this is going to be a little bit of fun today. I'm using this example for a name, and we're going to be using Maltego, and I want to show you guys some of the free transforms and different tools that come with Maltego. It's a very rich tool for open source intelligence. I've noticed my videos on open source intelligence seem to go up higher in the search rankings than videos on other topics that will remain unnamed. So, we're going to be doing OSINT, and I'm going to be doing a little bit more often OSINT videos to try and help the algorithm out a bit. So, today we're going to start with opening Maltego. As you can see, I've installed some of the free transforms. I'm only using the free transforms as an example because most of you will be able to do this once you follow this video. So after you follow my other video on installing the transforms and getting Maltego set up, you can then open Maltego and log in. And at this point, we're going to open a new graph, top left corner. We will go to create new graph. And once we do that, we're going to be searching for a person today. So using these transforms, we'll be able to search a variety of different sources to find information on that person. You can input your own person that you may be doing an investigation on. So then we're going to grab person, we're going to hold it, click, and drag to the center. Then we're going to let go. We'll double click the name and type in our name. And a good idea here is to use the full name and then also the nickname. That way you don't miss anything. And that way when you search both, you'll be able to find everything possible. So then we use those, the shorthand and the long-term name. And then, of course, we're going to select them both. We're going to right-click. And when we right-click, it's going to allow us to run the various transforms on this person. So let's take a look through some of these transforms and see which ones might be applicable. Now, you never know what you're going to find, so let's try Document Cloud. Wow, really came up with some stuff here. And there's going to be various documents here for you to look through at this point. Now, we've got plenty to look through on the document end, and you may find more items to add in the documents. So there's quite a bit of documents, and as you notice, not all of them are matching. Some are under one name, some are under the other name. Now, of course, this may not meet the same exact person that we're looking for, so we'll have to go through some of these documents on our own time and then use some of the information in there to do further research. For some of the transforms, you're going to need an API key that may cause you to need to register. A lot of times it's for free for these transforms, so try some of these out. I had to register for a few of the transforms I'm using, but they were all free, so they are all able to. So let's try offshores, check it out. So we're going to first search through the first allowance of email addresses. Now, another interesting way to do it is to search through the PGP database. Now that will find email addresses that won't be found otherwise. So let's try searching for email addresses in the PGP database. PGP is encryption database. So now we have more information. We have more points of data to work with. And we can look at these email addresses and see if they are registered to other accounts. This adds to our web of data. We can then search each new point and create a larger connection ring. So let's try this. Actually, let's try them all. So we've selected all three. I clicked down, I squared off the two, then I held shift and clicked the other one. That will allow you to select as many items as you need to select. We're going to be searching by email. In fact, since we don't have the API key, we do see one of these emails is named GitHub, a literal mine at GitHub. So let's actually use our own intuition and take a literal mine -GitHub and go to a website called GitHub and then do a literal mind. It actually was linked to a GitHub account. We found a literal mind-GitHub as the name on the email address, and from there I just took a wild guess that it may be an account on GitHub / a literal mind. We can see some of the different programs. We can get to know this person a little better, so we can see what their interests are here. And GitHub is a large website where people share different repositories, different code, and this will allow us to get to know our subject a little better. So this person may be a programmer as well. And they may be under a false name. You always have to keep in mind that some people will use some of these popular names and use them as their false name. It's a very common thing. You can't really depend on everything being completely accurate, but some of these documents, I'm not going to open any of the documents, so if you are interested in that, you can do the searches yourself, but I am sure there's a lot to learn from these documents, and as you can see, you can really find a lot of valuable information very quickly using Maltego. We're looking again at these email addresses. Let's take some guesses again. Okay, we see the domain name. This one has a unique domain name. Let's try that website and see what comes up there, and we can gather more information that way. This will help us get to know what this subject is doing, possibly. And it looks like an email account. Let's try it without the www. Don't see a whole lot here. Let's just search for the word and see what comes up. So sometimes you're going to want to use multiple tools. You know, Maltego can really get you started with a lot of new pieces of information that you can then use to do your own searches by hand if you want. You may want to customize the searches a little more. So interestingly enough, it says it is a cognitive research software. We do know this person of interest actually was involved in neuroscience and different information technologies that involve the mind. So this sounds like it may be our person of interest, and it looks like they have an alumni email, and this is just an example. I thought it would be fun to use this name today just as a entertaining way to show you guys how to use Maltego a little more. And I thought we might find some interesting information, but of course I'm going to let you, if you want to go through the documents, you can do that on your own time. I just wanted to show you guys Maltego and some quick tips on searching for people, how you can use some of the information and then use a search engine and then do intuitive searching based on domains, based on different connections. Not everything is going to be on a transform in Maltego, and you may find more information using a search engine. Just use some intuition, use the information, and you can get a lot out of it. So let's search some of these emails again. Let's see what these emails may be connected to. So as I mentioned, you click and you highlight the two, and then if you have other ones, you hold down Shift after you've highlighted the two, and then you click that one. That way you don't have to search each one individually, and going through those documents can then help you, therefore, find more things to search for using Maltego and other things to search for using a search engine and other online tools. I'm going to be going over more open source intelligence tools. Today I wanted to do this fun example. There's a MIT report. There are many interesting things to look at. And then we can then go to the properties. We can then go to the URL. And we'll copy that URL. And of course all of this information is publicly available, and it just provides a great platform for you to do the searches in an automated way, and it really does speed up the process of searching for information. So we're going to close that out. We're not really interested in this stuff, but I thought it would be a fun example today, guys. So like I mentioned, once you get documents, you can then use that to search through those documents for information. You can then open new points of data on Maltego or use a search engine. Use a little bit of intuition, and from there we can then expand our searches into new connections. All kinds of things can come out. You may find various other people that you can then expand your searches on, in your own investigations. I hope you liked the video today, guys. So please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back later with more on open source intelligence.